Yeah, thank you for joining us today for the concluding part of today's program. I want to say a big thank you to Antonese and Jude Unwa Okolo for sticking around and making sure we address some of the issues plaguing our country, Nigeria. In this concluding part, we just want to ask ourselves a question. And it also borders on what President Goodluck Jonathan addressed. And I think, Tony, you have partially addressed it. And it relates to the fact that what we are saying, and I want to let our audience know that I also heard a pastor preaching it in the church. Is it right? Is it okay for us, the elite, to abandon grassroots politics and say we are waiting for the general election? Whereas our fate has already been decided during the party primaries. And during the party primaries, we know that the people that generally partake in it are the artisans, unskilled laborers, uneducated people. We don't have anything against them because I believe that they also play a crucial role in the development of any nation because they drive the economy. The small to business scale enterprises, they drive the economy. But what we are saying is that these people are mostly and largely uninformed. Okay, and we, the elite, we are saddling them with the responsibility of selecting those that will run the affairs of our great country, Nigeria. And I read an article that states that, and I will quote directly, I've forgotten the name of the author, but what the guy said is that the quality of delegates, okay, can actually manifest a country's greatness. That means the quality of the people selecting, okay, those that are going to rule us can actually be reflected in the greatness of that country. Let me go to Tony. What is your take on this? Very few, and I repeat, few people, uneducated, largely uninformed, people are the ones, selecting the delegates. They are even the ones, representing the people as delegates. Please, what is your take on this?
Yes, there is this popular saying that they say there is no smoke without fire, or the other way around. You see, I sized up the opinion of a lot of Nigerians, and they have some good reasons for not participating. Most of their reasons are based on security. That so many of them have attempted to participate in their local base. Togre has been the bane of their efforts. But what I can discover on the average is that the insecurity is not the same all over Nigeria. It's just that some people don't want to participate. You cannot leave decision making of the future of Nigeria to people who are not well informed. Some other locations, like in the northern Nigeria, although the community may not be well informed, but the big kingmakers usually fill in the gap. If you go up north, you see a lot of Amajaris who their feeding and everything is done by the big godfathers. When they tell them to participate in politics, they don't waste time. They do the needful thing. They register as party members. But in the southern Nigeria, where you have highly educated people, the fear of kidnapping, the fear of thuggery chase so many people. But the problem is that they stereotype this idea of insecurity to be in every community. I found that no, some communities it is safe to participate at the grassroots level. Therefore, if you come from areas where your life is not endangered, it is your job to go to the grassroots and participate in the politics of your zone. Because in doing so, you're going to save Nigeria a lot of future problems, maladministration, embezzlement, because many of our educated people, they know the right thing. Some of them have principles that they don't want to be bribed. They have principles, some of them are born again Christians or even born again Muslims, that they stand by the dictates of the Quran and the Bible. But the fear of insecurity are chasing so many people. Listen, you need to be there. Our forefathers, they fought for us. You need to go there. When they see you around, they will respect your opinion. And if it's where you have to fight to maintain your integrity, you need to do it. But if we keep on waiting for these artisans to decide our fate, we should quit complaining because we are part of the problem. If you don't want to get involved to solve the problem, then allow those who have turned professionals at the grassroots to take decision for you. Don't blame anybody else, but blame yourselves.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. You mentioned something that I realized that it's key to why some of our elites are just staying back from partaking in the electoral process, especially at the grassroots level. Insecurity. But I must say, if you don't dip your hands into anything, into anything, how do I say it? Nobody is going to harass you. Nobody is going to attack you. I was involved. I went home. I was involved. I partook in the process for over 3 years, 4 years. In fact, what am I saying? For 5, 6 years. And I wasn't hurt. Okay, because I will not engage in chaos. When I realize that the situation is getting chaotic, I step aside. Because all we are saying is that, and I believe that it sums up the core of your message, which is, if we keep saying insecurity and whatever, we will just leave the people that will be deciding what is going to befall our children and our children's children are these people, these uninformed people. The reason is that many of them are hungry. Okay, these politicians will come from the money they have stolen. They will come and give them part of it, very, very meager sum. And you see them, oh, he is the Baba. We are going to stop it. Jude, over to you, please.
Yes. You see, the reason why some of our leaders, our big guys, are so boastful that they will become the president of the country, because they know they have the money to buy the delegates.
Yeah.
They know where they stand. They know them. They know how they will spend. The more money you spend, the more they vote for you. So that's why you see somebody coming out to say, I am sure I'll do boasting. If it's not there, no one has the right to boast. No one can tell you. You don't know what's your fate. You don't leave it the way it is. That's the problem we are having here. And why is it that after we have cried this last year, why is it that the government has still allowed them to go to this same system?
Oh, no, that was the problem. The Section 8412, I think, of the Electoral Act that the Buhari was talking about. He was saying that, listen, the National Assembly cannot dictate how parties are going to conduct their businesses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's not about the government. It's not about the
Cannot
National
dictate.
Assembly. It's not about whatever.
Exactly.
It is the parties.
I'm saying. They
The
should give
selected people in the parties, they are looking for ways to make their lives, to perpetuate. This is a legal form of imposition.
Yeah. The parties are holding us to ransom.
Legalized imposition.
The parties are holding us to ransom. You can see from history, the two parties, PDP and APC, are where the presidents come from. That's where their people come from. Other political parties are minor. So if people like Peter Obi should pull out from there, Wike should pull out from PDP and APC, they will pull out, Bola Tinubu should pull out and form individual parties. I think we should have a more balanced system whereby these delegates will be scrapped off. So PDP and APC have held Nigeria to ransom by using the delegate system.
PDP or the APC or whatever.
APC,
it's all of them. As you can see on the screen, Tony, look at the screen. This is just in. Lagos Senator Yayi wins a senatorial seat in Ogun, in Yewa, in Ogun. And this is a result of delegate system. Because I am sure, because I was following what was happening, you see, in that constituency, and I know that a lot of people were like against the fact that, in fact, there were allegations that this man is not from the place. That is from, he was I think a assembly member in Lagos. He became the House of Rep for 8 years, assembly member 8 years, House of Rep 8 years, and senator for 8 years in Lagos. Then he cross-carpeted to Ogun State, and now he's contesting there. I am not against him, but I believe that, how can you allow the delegates to be the ones that will decide this major shift? I believe that it is they have shortchanged the people of Yewa, and the people of Yewa should have been allowed to go through direct primary, through direct, and vote for this guy. And if he emerges, so be it. But the fact that for such crucial and major shift, you are now allowing some few selected delegates to decide this, I believe that it is criminal.
Yes. The leaders of APC and PDP, the kingmakers, will not stop this delegate system because they are in charge of the parties. So, and they want to put their people there. That's what we're having here. So, how do we disband these parties? It should be the option. Cut off these delegate systems. And you ask a question, how can the elites come into a grassroots system? The elites are afraid because the way policy is being planned in Nigeria is not open. A lot of things involved. And you don't want people to risk their life for this kind of thing. So they are afraid. So you see the downtrodden who can risk anything coming to become delegates. That's what is really happening. Okay. So we have to deal with the powers that be in APC, the founding members or whatever they call them, and get them sorted first, and then that thing can happen. If not, it's not change system. Nothing will change. Look at Wike has been a founding member of PDP. He's going to be there for another decade. So he's going to continue with this system. That's what it is. And people like him look alike. They continue like that. So how do you expect it to scrap off? They will not agree to the system.
Thank you, Jude. Tony, please, can you just close for us? Any final thought?
Yeah, I will just comment briefly on the guy you posted. I think this is a constitutional matter. In every state, the constitution made it very clear how long do you live in that state to be able to contest any election. The people who are concerned need to look into his matter. Has he lived up to the constitutional requirements in Ogun State to vie for a political office? Because if this guy had been living in Lagos,
yes, it's representing Lagos. How could he have been living in Ogun State?
Okay, so this is a constitutional issue, and this is what is bringing in this delegate issue. Because once they pay their way through these delegates, anything can just happen. You can see somebody who is in Sokoto who will come to Lagos and vie for office. So the lawyers or the opponents of this guy, they need to consult the judiciary to decide whether this is the normal thing. Is this guy qualified to hold office in 2 states? If he's not qualified, the justice system should be able to decide. Now, on overall, we keep on hammering that we must participate in politics. This delegate conference thing is not helping Nigeria. And until we allow direct primaries where Nigerians on their own will go out and decide their own fate, select people they have confidence that they will perform without rigging the system, we continue to go this ugly way. The system does not allow for authenticity. They do not allow for genuine people to participate because the kingmakers need to decide who they want. It is not what the masses want. Lagos State is a typical example where the former governor could not complete his second time. He had to run only one term because the kingmaker did not allow him to complete the second term. So it's a typical example that in Nigeria, people decide our fate.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate this insight that you have given me, especially, and our viewers. Thank you for your time, Mr. Tony Eze from the United States. We really appreciate you. Thank you. And Judunwa Okolo, I want to say a big thank you to you for joining us, as usual. If you guys notice, my voice just collapsed because I was moved by what you said, Tony. Honestly, I am down. We kept talking about 2023. Is out of our hands now. Because the primaries have been done. All our efforts in the past years to educate our people is now in futility. I think the elite, have to sit tight. We have to wake up from our slumber and sit tight, and partake in the political process. Why would we allow someone to educate us about our Foster card? You know that I didn't say voters card. Foster, okay. Foster card.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Somebody that cannot pronounce voters card. Foster card is the one, standing, educating us. It's just for you to understand that Nigeria is a great country. Why are we allowing this? I'm very sorry. We are just going on and on. Thank you, our viewers, for joining us. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. See you again next week.